already know the drill. We back again with another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So strap on your seatbelts, cause it's all pedal to the metal from here. And without further ado, your amazing host, Drew, Billy.
Welcome back to another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys, here with your host DB and host Trevor Dinsmore. Trevor, how are you doing on this scorcher of a fucking Tuesday?
Before we get into how I'm doing, just wanted to announce to the people, Billy will have a debt to pay as we speak.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't worry. I already sent him what he's going to get. I think everybody knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll save it for next week. We'll let it be a surprise as to how Billy is going to pay his little gambling debt to yours truly in the form of wearing the other team's, the other person's favorite team's shirt and or jersey.
Yeah.
So very much looking forward to that, and very much looking forward to staying inside for the remainder of this episode. I know some of you are probably wondering, how in the hell are you wearing a tracksuit right now when it is 95 plus degrees outside? I live in an air-conditioned apartment. Thank Christ. It is a nice, brisk 68 where I'm sitting.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, it's, yeah. Make sure to hydrate. I know we are not health professionals, but yeah, make sure to hydrate, stay out of the sun. It is just fucking, it's gnarly. Anyways, a lot of news to cover here tonight. Well, not as much, but we pulled what we could. Also stay around for Trevor's segments and news, also our NFL predictions with Trevor, and then later on with debate time with me. But yeah, no, getting into the news here. Travis Hunter finally inked his rookie contract on Sunday, 4-year, $46,649,114 deal with a, I'm just going to say $30 million signing bonus. And that was reported. The numbers I've never seen, whatever. Network insider Ian Rappaport reported this. And it's interesting because he's, the newest dual threat player. Feelings on this deal getting done, Trevor. And I believe the $30 million is guaranteed, the signing bonus that I did.
Oh,
see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So feelings on this major deal.
About fucking time.
Okay. I mean, they traded up for him.
Right. I mean, we're still waiting on we're waiting on Shamar Stewart still.
Yes.
We're waiting on someone else too. Oh, that Broncos, that Baron from the Broncos. Those two have yet to, well, at least as of when you research this, yet to sign their rookie deals. And of course, naturally, it's the Bengals' first round pick that's having the contract issues. Go fucking figure. But no, finally, the Jaguars signing their main man. Needed him because he's going to be playing both sides of the ball. Had to go a little bit outside of the normal price structure for this one because he is that versatile. You know what I mean?
Correct.
I don't want to say you had to pay him double the money, but you kind of had to give him a little bump up for what he's going to be able to do for your team. And wisely so, Shad Khan folding over the bills to Mr. Travis Hunter.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah. No. Again, we're going to see what the hell the workload looks like come this season. Maybe I don't know how much we'll see. I don't think we'll see much of him in the preseason, but we'll have to see what comes of it.
Probably some reps.
Some
reps there. Yeah. I got to test out the both sides thing. See how that's going to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, switching over as well to Sam Darnold, who inked his 3-year, $100.5 million contract earlier in this offseason. But he was talking to the Athletics' Mike Silver in regards to an exclusive interview. When they say that, I feel like I have to say it. An exclusive interview with the Athletics' Mike Silver. The 28-year-old veteran quarterback talked about how last season ended. Trevor, he wasn't happy with how it ended. He hopes to see better football along the way here in the Seattle offense, also with Cooper Kupp coming over. Also, Cooper Kupp coming to his rescue, saying he thinks his better football's ahead of him here. Feelings on Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks offense without Kevin O'Connell in his ear.
I believe that Seattle has the potential to be one of the bigger surprises of the NFL this season.
Oh, yeah.
I have a good bit of faith in Sam Darnold. I know they lost DK Metcalf. They still have Kenneth Walker. They still have Jackson Smith and Jigba. And forgive me, they drafted a receiver. What's his name? What's his name, Billy? Do you know his name? I don't know his name.
No, I don't have it. No.
Again, I don't memorize these rosters, folks. I know they drafted everybody.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah,
and I know I remember our reaction.
Oh no, they didn't draft anybody. They got Valdez Scantling.
That's what it was.
That's who. On top of Noah Fant. Noah Fant's, I don't know, pretty solid tight end.
Yeah.
On top of they drafted the guard, Gray Zabel, that guy like that in North Dakota State. That's who they didn't draft the skill positions. That's okay. Yeah, awesome. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do in the preseason because they got to work in Jalen Milroe a little bit. They got to work in Drew Lock. Yeah. I'm not saying there's going to be a competition afoot. I think it's Darnold's job, but they're kind of in that in-between spot where you have to have a fail-safe plan and you have to have a plan for when things go good as well. So very much stuck in, I think we had them at 8 and 9, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. But again, with the coaching, with Sam Darnold hopefully raising his stock as he goes throughout his career, Seattle potential to be somewhat of a surprise in the NFC West, especially if the 49ers falter.
And that happened last year. We'll see what happens. But we wish him luck. We'll see if O'Connell was the mastermind behind his performance. But anyway, switching over here, Caleb Williams at Fanatics Fest in New York City. I wish I would have made it. I'm kind of biting my tongue about it. I wish we would have went. But no, he's talking about having a long-standing relationship with Ben Johnson, aiming to stick around together for a while. Feelings on, I guess Ben Johnson staying there. That's all based on, it's a production league. If you don't produce, you're not going to stick around together long. But he thinks they're going to have great success, Trevor, even make it to the playoffs, which we'll get into in a minute here. But your feelings on the play of the Bears? I know we're doing our season predictions on them, so I don't want.
No, I know, and we haven't done Chicago yet. They're a little ways down the line. July 22nd. Yes. We cover. Yeah, that'll be one of our bigger weeks too. We get Bears, Packers, Vikings.
It's going to be a hell of a time.
Yeah, good bit of the NFC North there.
Yeah.
But as far as the Bears go, I really don't know what to make of them. They had a lot of bad luck last season, but they had another fantastic offseason. GM Ryan Poles is his name, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, Ryan Poles. Just cranking it out with the offensive line, getting the pieces that are necessary to protect their franchise guy in the form of Drew Dahlman, Joe Tooney, Darnell Wright, Braxton Jones, has the potential to be one of the better offensive lines in the league this year, which it was one of the worst last season. So if they can make that jump and Williams can find his identity within that Bears offense, and the Bears can also find their offensive identity, the defense will be able to keep up. There's no doubt about that. The defense kept them in a lot of games last year, including that Packers game, including that Lions game on Thanksgiving. Defense kept them around. I think they'll do the same thing this year. It's just a matter of whether the offense is going to come along. But of course, they got the right guy for that.
Yeah. No, and if anybody doesn't know, again, if you live under a rock, Ben Johnson was offense coordinator for the Lions, came over to the Bears, and now it's head coach. But they'll get to work together. Training camp begins for them July 22nd. So we'll stay tuned and see how the hell what comes out of that. What else do we have here? Okay, so I did this whole off-seasons thing. I thought, let's talk about it. It was very dry in news. The Chicago's 2025 draft class, I thought it was a dark horse in the draft this year. Again, Loveland, tight end. I don't know why they didn't take, I can't remember his damn name right now.
Tyler Warren.
We've lost our minds.
Yeah. Probably the biggest flip out I've had on our draft night, I think.
What the hell are you doing? But
yeah, that was up there.
And then wide receiver Luther Burden the third. Expectation I do have for them in 2025, Trevor. I don't know if you will agree or disagree. I think they could go on a playoff run. Again, barring the relationship with Ben Johnson and Caleb. If he's willing to follow and fit into his system, I think they could do something good.
Exactly. As long as he doesn't play the hero ball, as long as he doesn't get himself unnecessarily sacked a lot, which, albeit, did happen last year. But, of course, you had Eberflus on his last legs as Bears head coach. That it was a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah.
But could also just be another case of they drafted a quarterback, let him go through the last year with the head coach, and then you get a new head coach, change systems from freshman to sophomore year, and then all of a sudden, it just kind of goes haywire up top, and it's not a good situation.
Right.
Could go either way for them. But knowing how the Bears have been run historically and how they have been since I've really been a football fan, other than a few oddball seasons where the defense carried them.
Yes.
Expect the worst, pray for the best if you're a Bears fan, as always.
Yeah, Rex Grossman, Jay Cutler days, Jesus. Interesting times. But Nick Foles, I forgot.
Foles.
Holy shit. You pulled that out of the bag there. I totally forgot he quarterback there. Wow. But as well, Ravens offseason additions, yes. Baltimore's 2025 draft class, but also their offseason moves, Trevor. I felt getting Jair Alexander, you already have Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins. I can go down the line. But my expectation for them, and I can't believe I'm saying this live. Yes, somebody might have to hit me over the head with a frying pan. They might make it to the Super Bowl.
They got to win playoff games.
They do have to win the playoff games. Because Lamar has to get that off his back. He has to.
Yeah.
He gets.
I forget how long the stretch was, but I saw something on Instagram the other day where the Jaguars are outdoing the Ravens in playoff victories. I think it's in the last 10 or 15 years or so. And I kind of thought about it. I'm like, I guess the Ravens, I don't know if they've got a couple buys in there, but but the Jags did make an AFC championship one year. Lest we forget that, on top of making the playoffs a couple other times, maybe winning a game or two. I was very, very shocked when I heard that, especially with them having Lamar Jackson perennial MVP candidate.
Correct.
That's the one thing that's eluded him so far is playoff success. Playoff success. And I said it right after it happened, that AFC championship where they just completely folded, lost their identity against the Kansas City Chiefs. One of the worst displays of a team losing their identity I've ever seen. But now, hopefully that doesn't happen. They got Andrews back. They got Likely back. Henry, Zay Flowers, Bateman. They're going to light it up on offense, and they're probably going to do well in defense for sure. It's just a matter of what happens in January. That's been what's plagued them the last several seasons. My prediction, though, I think they win the division again. I think they have 13-ish wins.
Okay. No,
their team built to contend for a long time until you get to January. Evidently.
Yeah. They just crumble. I don't know what the hell. I mean, I enjoy it as a Steeler fan, but you know what I mean.
Right. No. Amen.
I just want to see us there instead of them.
I complain about it.
No, and then the Patriots. I felt their offseason additions getting digs. Also in the draft, got Will Campbell. The guy cries he'll die for Drake May. I'm still holding on to that. I don't think there's a better draft moment that I can remember. But no expectation. I think they'll be a 500, right at 500 squad. I don't see maybe a push to the playoffs, but yeah, I mean, we also got a counter in here. We're coming off with the new coach here, Mike Vrabel. So who the hell knows? Mm-hmm. Who knows? They might set the world on fire.
Yeah, I saw a few people talking about Mike Vrabel, head coach of the year candidate.
Correct.
That'd be very, very interesting if that were to happen.
Yeah.
I think the division for them is weak enough where they could make some noise. I mean, the Dolphins, I have no expectations for how well the Dolphins are going to do. I don't like where they're at as an organization. I don't like that they have Tua's contract and he's kind of McDaniel's message seems to be getting stale with them. Obviously, Bills are the perennial favorite there, and then the Jets.
Yeah.
The Jets are a New York football team. Yes. They're probably not going to get more than 5 or 6 wins, leaving some opportunity for New England to improve and maybe advance this rebuild that they're in.
Yeah.
They still got pieces, and obviously they got Diggs now. They still got Stevenson. They got the developing Drake May. It's possible. It's possible they can make a run. Defense has to keep up, though.
That's, I think, the only concern I have too.
That's the big one. That's the big one. They were very old last year on defense. Still kind of there, but still, I guess trying to get a little bit younger. But they still got Christian Gonzalez. I guess they still got Jabril Peppers, and they did get Spillane from the Raiders as well.
Who would have thought this guy would still? I don't know. After he left the Steelers, I was like,
it's like he goes to our enemies. It's weird. He goes to the Raiders first, and now the Patriots. And same thing with Landon Roberts. If he follows the Spillane track in 3 years, he'll be a Patriot.
Yeah.
So
it's
kind of hilarious.
Yeah. No. And then switching over to Commanders offseason additions. 2025 draft class as well. Made moves. Primarily, I just want to talk about them again. Deebo Samuel. Barring their success, though, Trevor, and I think every Commanders fan will agree with me if they're watching here. They got to really deal with Scary Terry's contract situation. We got to get this under wraps here. But no, we saw last year what the hell they could do and what Jane Daniels could do. I don't see why they couldn't secure the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
No, you're
good. See the glare on my glasses, and
you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll go put my contacts in real quick.
No,
but
that's all right.
Anyway, what were you saying?
No, I think.
Commanders. Yeah. Not a lot of folks, but some folks expecting the Commanders to regress, especially with all the luck that they had last year.
Right.
Especially the Hail Mary. And now people have film on Jaden Daniels. It's natural. It might take a CJ Stroud path where he might regress a little bit back to the mean. And I've said it before. I don't think they're going to get back to championship weekend this year. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't even think they're going to win the division this year.
Oh, wow.
I think they'll make the playoffs. And I think they'll be tested early and they'll peter out. And then people will cry, oh, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. The sky is not falling. It's just part of the process of developing as a team. It takes more than one miraculous season to do that. Yes, they were very fortunate last year. They were very lucky last year.
Right.
They did have some good draft picks this year. Obviously added Deebo Samuel, Laramie Tunsil, which is going to help Jaden Daniels quite a bit. And a lot of people saying that Deebo Samuel's fat now. I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe it's the pants. I don't know. The color for them is not very slimming. He used to wear, I guess, the beige.
Beige white. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, beige. And now he's wearing white. I don't know. White's not very slimming. So maybe that's what people are getting at there.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is try and outrun him in a 40. Good damn luck.
I'll tell you this, when he's fully healthy, I mean, he gets banged up at times, but when he's fully healthy, he's the best Swiss Army knife weapon they have in the NFL. I feel. When he's fully 100%, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And as I've stated on this program before, you'll be able to, as long as they hold on to Scary Terry. I've heard trade rumors thrown out there, of course. I've even heard a TJ Watt for a Terry McLaurin trade rumor that I bought for maybe a half a second. But, yeah, you keep Scary Terry around. He'll be the primary target for you. You work Deebo in where you need to. He doesn't need to be the everything that he was for the 49ers.
No, I agree with that. And just to get the Commanders fans on their pants, you see Jaden having a sophomore slump like CJ?
I think he regresses I think he regresses a little bit.
Okay.
And it's more of a an law of averages situation. If you look at his stats from last year, and I'm pulling them up right now. A little over 3,500 yards, 25-9 on the touchdown to interceptions. Trying to look at his rushing as well. Where's the rushing? There's the rushing. 891 yards rushing. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I think that goes down a little bit. I think the passing stats might stay the same, close to the same, maybe fall off a little bit. Just natural regression. That's all I'm speaking of when it comes to that. Of course, you could have a sophomore leap, but as we saw with CJ Stroud, sophomore slumps are more common.
Oh, yeah. No, everybody was fucking jumping ship and saying, this guy's this is a sellout. No, it's just they learned about him. Like Trevor alluded to. Listen, NFL's not easy to play in. I know sometimes we primarily me get going on players, but CJ and Jane Daniels are in a whole different league. They'll figure it out. They might take some bumps along the way, but no. And then the Raiders, again, two teams I did not think I would give flowers to. Adding Pete Carroll as their coach, getting Ashton Genty in the first round, and also butting him with Brock Bowers. I'm very scared to see that duo work together on the offensive side of the ball with Geno Smith. But I'll say this, I feel they're going to be the dark horse playoff contender. Only because of Pete Carroll. That's,
I could see that. They're going to be scrappy, dude. They're going to be tough to deal with. They might not win a ton of games, but you're going to be in for a dogfight when you play them.
Yep.
They got an improved defense, probably one of the better defenses they've had in the last, quarter century maybe. Developing offense. You got a bridge guy in Geno Smith who did very well in Seattle, led them to a playoff run as well. I could see it. They're just going to be exciting to watch. They're going to be in a lot of close games, I feel like. They might not win all of them. Some bounces might not go their way. But I'm just saying, I'd like to have some of their guys in fantasy. I'd like to have Genty. I'd like to have Bowers. Even Geno Smith as maybe a backup quarterback in our 14-team league.
Yeah.
Be interested. They're going to be interesting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting to watch. That's what I'll leave it at.
Yeah. And I'll just say this, if you, to the maybe older fans out there, Legion of Doom that Pete Carroll had in Seattle, they're going to be playing with see ball, get ball. That's the scheme I feel they're going to be coming in with. So I would, you're going to see a different kind of flavor of Raider football this season, I think. And I'm not excited about it at all because I don't know. I haven't looked at the Steelers schedule. I hope the fuck we don't play the Raiders. I think we might.
I'll pull that up right now. Here.
I hope because that'd
be a problem. That would be a problem. I don't think we play the AFC West this year because we did.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, this would not. I don't think this is the year that I would like to see an Aaron Rodgers let the Steelers play this young.
You got the AFC East and South this year. That's what we have.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, we'll see you maybe next year, Raider Nation, but not this year. So I don't have to deal with fucking banter all week leading up to the game. And,
I guess I guess that's just the Colts. I guess just the Colts is the one-off for the South.
Okay.
NFC. We have to play the NFC North this year. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much to the schedule makers. But also, Immaculate Reception that did happen. That was real. That was a catch.
No, they know. They know. They just won't accept it. They know.
But moving, it was a good transition there. What I did, we did. Moving on
real quick, Billy. Little unusual. I'll let you talk for a little bit. This glare it's bugging me too much, so I'm gonna.
That's okay.
Take a time out real quick. I'm gonna put my contacts in.
Yeah.
Carry us for like 2 minutes here, okay?
I can do that. I can do it. Yeah. No, you're all right.
Cool.
Yeah. No, and then I'll just ask your opinion on Rodgers and Howard. But anyways, just laying us here. Upon signing in Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers noted that he was looking forward to helping mentor Will Howard. I feel that was barring in the contract, what have you. Maybe why Khan and Tomlin were open to this idea, not just based off of talent and experience, but rookie looks forward to being a sponge with in regards to Will Howard, talking with Aaron Rodgers, learning about the game. Brian Patico of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette this week talked with Rodgers and Will Howard, and Howard divulged that he's been awesome to work with so far. Obviously, we've gone to be together for about 3 days, but I got a real good feeling about him, about this whole QB room. I think we already in this past week meshed really well and hit it off. I think we got a good vibe and a good group. Yeah. So that was fucking quick as shit. Good job, Trevor. Hell on you. Yeah. You did good.
This since middle school. So.
I know. Sometimes it folds though, and it's like shit. It gets stuck in my eye.
I had to take them out before I got a shower after my workout. So they've been in there for, I don't know, a couple hours. They were smooth, very moist. I'm good to go.
Okay. No, I guess I think you still had your headphones in. So I guess feelings on.
Yeah, I did. I heard you.
Yeah, Rodgers being basically a leader in the QB room to Will Howard, but I'm also concerned with Mason Rudolph's kind of left in the dark here. Feelings on the QB room as a whole right now for Pittsburgh. I know it's only been 3 days. I guess they've been working together. But.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bridge room again. Yeah. This is not a long-term QB room by any means, and especially today with Aaron Rodgers alluding to the fact this may be his last season. And his last season will be as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Yeah. Never would have thunk it. Never would have thunk it until they got the googly eyes at each other, him and Tomlin.
Yep.
But here we are, and I don't know. Aaron's getting along with everybody. Will Howard's getting along with him. I imagine Mason Rudolph's in the equation here somewhere, but obviously the story is on how he's going to mentor the 6th-round pick.
Correct.
So, it'll just be another bridge room.
Okay.
I don't anticipate much different than last year, I guess, in terms of stats, in terms of team success, especially with us playing the NFC North, like I said.
Yep.
Tough schedule. Pretty tough schedule this year. Mm-hmm. The schedule makers usually don't like the Steelers. I think a Browns gremlin just kind of sits in their basement, concocts all this stuff.
Yes.
But no, it's good that they're getting along though. Like I said, much exceeding my expectations for Aaron Rodgers and his participation in off-season activities and his attitude.
Yeah. No, and I do have to say, everybody thinks he's a pessimistic asshole, hippie, whatever, dickhead. I could go on. But
I wouldn't call him pessimistic necessarily.
Yeah, well,
and pessimistic is kind of it's a judgment, right? Depends on where you stand on certain things.
Correct.
I guess.
Correct.
Like if you're not an anti-vaxxer, he's probably pessimistic.
Yeah.
In terms of the strength and ability of the vaccines to fight the disease. So.
No, and he
relies on what did he call it? Self-immunization.
Yeah. No, the guy's an interesting guy, but I think through all this, people did forget it, including myself. He did mentor Jordan Love for the seasons he was in Green Bay, and he tried with wanting to hook up with every mother that came to New York or to New Jersey. I have to put a caveat to that. New Jersey, and Zach Wilson. He just didn't want to listen. So it is what it is. I think he is willing to. I think it's just like when we were talking about, and I can't remember his freaking name right now. Regardless, no. Oh my God, he played for the Ravens. Now he's on the Browns. We just talked about him 2 weeks ago, Trevor. Why can't I remember this guy? Yeah, I think he's going to be. I think he's like Flacco. If you show effort, he's willing to give you advice. But if you're not, he's not going to go out of his way. Like if you want to get information from Rodgers, he'll divulge it.
We kind of talked about that with Caleb Williams when it came out that he was diagnosing film by himself. It's like you do have to seek that help to an extent, right?
Correct.
You can't. you got to be a sponge.
Yep.
You can't be a Jay Cutler, right? You can't just isolate from your teammates and not be a leader. As a quarterback, you have to, I say it all the time, you have to be a guy that 10 other guys are willing to lay their bodies on the line and their health on the line for you.
Yeah.
And you do that through interaction, through leadership, through mentorship.
Correct.
So, and I will say, you have to be a good mentee in order to be a good mentor.
Yep.
You know that all too well.
Oh yeah.
And in a way too, I imagine there's some semblance of what happened in Rodgers' career early on with him and Favre not necessarily being the greatest of mentors to him.
Yeah, right.
Might want to pay that. Might want to break the pattern, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
In his career and be a good mentor to the young guys.
Yeah. No, I agree. No, but yeah, we hope it all works out this season for the Steelers. But Russell Wilson, the next Steeler, went over to the Giants in free agency. If you lived under a rock, signed with them. What really attracted him, and I was shocked when I saw this, Trevor, not to a certain extent, just how full he is of himself. But he was excited to really play with Malik Neighbors, a young talent.
Well, wouldn't you be?
Well, I just the
guy had how many receiving yards with Daniel Jones last year?
Right.
So yeah, you actually get him a competent quarterback.
Right.
Well, I could be eating those words later this season, but
correct.
Still, that goes without saying.
Yeah. No, I was just shocked how we saw a different Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh. He was open, nice, kind, wanted to be with teammates. Maybe he turned over a new leaf, but I just how full he is of himself and also his brand, Trevor. I was shocked that he was going to put so much confidence into a young player. And in essence, I guess feelings on that. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know there's a hell of a take. And
yeah, I was going to say, you have very much a dissenting opinion here between the two of us.
I do.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't like that he's putting faith in Neighbors.
I'm shocked by it.
You're shocked by it.
Yeah.
Do you like it or do you not?
I do like it. I'm shocked that I guess maybe it's the stage of his career, but just when you look back, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm the underdog. I'm just shocked that he's okay with, hey, this guy might lead me on, help me more than I help him, in a sense. You see what I'm saying? I'm like really diving deep.
Yeah, like the veteran saying that to the young guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you're taking it back by that.
Yep. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess when you put it in that sense, I get your perspective. I do. I'm just going to have a dissenting opinion here and say that I would put a shit ton of faith in a guy that had 109 receptions in his rookie year.
I agree.
With Daniel Jones as his quarterback. I will say, you know what? I don't think this is a hot take. Some people might. I might put at the end of this season, if he has another season like he did in 2024, if he has a similar season to that, I might start putting him in the category of a Justin Jefferson.
Oh, I'd be okay with that.
Of a Jamar Chase. I might put him up there. Seriously.
Okay.
Top 5 receiver in the league, maybe. First round in a lot of fantasy drafts.
I agree with that. Oh, yeah.
If he has to have, sustained success over multiple seasons in order for me to put him there. But if he has another season like he did last season, which I wholeheartedly believe he can, the only thing that would be holding him back is, of course, natural regression to the mean, and teams have film on him now.
Correct. Right.
Did deal with an injury briefly last season, didn't hold him back too much, still played in 15 games.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, was an absolute all-star. And I had him pegged as a bust because of who he went to. Lo and behold, he's one of those receivers that just brings other guys up, brings the quarterback up. And for the most part, it's who's throwing you the ball. But in this case, it's, Malik's down there somewhere.
fucking air it out. Yeah.
Yeah, air it out. Even if he's triple covered, he's open.
And I think I caught maybe 3 or 4 Giants games. I mean, I try to watch every game.
Yeah.
But
I think the Steelers played them last year, did they not?
I think so.
I think we did.
Yeah.
I think it was early. Or no, week 8 last season. We beat them.
Yeah. And Daniel, that's when Dabo lost his shit on the sideline. Yeah.
Oh,
it was hot. Smashed his headset off his thigh. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I remember. Had that sunburn on his head still.
No, I just no, I believe in neighbors. It's just Wilson. He's. I don't think I'll ever figure that guy out. I mean, maybe that's how he wants it, and that's all right.
There's some guys that are never meant to be figured out. We've had 2 of those guys now in the last 2 years as our quarterbacks. So there you go. Maybe we have to draft a guy that you can't really figure out, where he is up here.
Yeah. No, and I will forever hold on to Kenny Pickett. But anyways, that's all I had for news. I'll be
still
back.
Have that jersey of his?
Oh, no.
Okay. Did you burn that?
Goodwill.
Okay. Good. Donated it to the needy.
Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you, buddy.
So if anybody got a Kenny Pickett jersey from the Bradford Goodwill, might have been mine.
2X? Or an X?
I think so. I like them baggy. I like those baggy jerseys. Okay. I think it was 2X. Yeah.
Same here, especially the hockey jerseys. I need them I need them to where the sleeves are like covering my hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But yeah, no, I'll be back later with the Baytime. We'll go over to Trevor's news and segments.
Sounds good, my friend. We're going to jump right into our NFL picks for this week, covering the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Okay.
2 contenders in the AFC West.
Oh, gotcha. No, you're good. You're good. I didn't want to. This week's edition of NFL predictions for the NFL 2025-2026 season schedule with Trevor Dinsmore.
Good stuff. Ooh. Which one is the one where you say my name like Bruce Buffer? Is that that's the Yeet or No Yeet one, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was going to say you drag out the Dinsmore a little bit. I was half anticipating that, but it's that happens. Like you're at a metal concert.
I think I was about
after a night of anyway. Chiefs, Chargers. Who do you want to do first, brother?
Let's do the Chargers. I think that's
okay.
Get people
the Chiefs for
stay around. Yeah.
I got you, my friend. Good stuff. The Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to pull up their schedule side by side with what I have on my Excel sheet. And let me see here as I'm clicking through. Chargers returning a lot of starters from last year, adding running backs Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton, numbers 1 and 2 on their depth chart, respectively. And adding a few pieces on defense, Tuli Tuipuloau, I think that's how you say it. Khalil Mack coming back, Cam Hart, Tariq still at the cornerback spots, and you still got Derwin James chilling back there in the secondary at the safety spot. And, of course, you can't forget Dicker the kicker.
Correct.
You can't forget Dicker the kicker. And one, Jimothy Harbaugh.
Babyface assassin with his leg. God bless him.
Oh, yes. Woke up one morning and is like, I got to get Herbert to the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I got to get Herbert to the Hall of Fame. Yep. And we'll see how he starts out doing that in the 2025 season as they begin the first 3 weeks with the Kansas City Chiefs at home. Actually, that one's in Brazil. The Las Vegas Raiders, and then versus Denver. And then quick note on the Chargers schedule. Decent bit of primetime games here. Obviously, that week 1 contest in Brazil. That's on that Friday. Week 2 versus Vegas, that's on a Monday, so a bit of a staggered schedule to start there. Week 8 versus Minnesota. Week 10 versus Pittsburgh, that's on a Sunday. That Minnesota game's on a Thursday. Then Week 14 versus Philly on a Monday. So naturally, Pittsburgh goes to LA again for a nightcap.
Yeah.
Usually have success in those.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the first 3. Versus Kansas City and Brazil, at Vegas, versus Denver.
Yeah. Shit. Let's think here. They dropped this one against the Chiefs. Now the Raiders and Broncos, Trevor, just because I want to stay on right, I cannot remember who the hell I had winning against the Raiders and Chargers.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had.
I apologize.
Let's see. You had Denver losing.
Okay.
You had Denver losing.
Okay.
And oh yeah, we did Vegas as well. You had Vegas losing, so you have them getting 2 or 3 here.
Okay.
Going 2 for 3 and going 2 and 1 in their division games starting out.
Okay.
3 division games right out of the gate too. That's not the easiest start in the world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, 2 and 1 then.
Good with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just verifying. Yep. Loss for the Vegas Raiders against the Chargers, and then loss for Denver. Cool. I'm at 1 and 2. Had the Raiders beating them.
Okay.
In a shocking early upset, 2 very scrappy opponents. There might be 500 rushing yards in that game for all we know, with how Jimothy Harbaugh runs the ball and with how Ashton Genty might potentially be running the ball. That'll be fun. But have the Raiders winning that one, Kansas City winning in Brazil. Patrick Mahomes maintains his 3-0, soon to be 4-0, undefeated streak in international games.
Yes.
And then beating Denver. Denver. Another, honestly, those AFC West games are going to be fun to watch this year.
Oh, yeah.
You get 3 of them, boom, 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 right out of the gate for the Chargers. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Going to weeks 4 through 6, they go at the Giants, versus Washington, then at Miami.
Let's go 2 and 1.
2 and 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Those are the Commanders.
That's exactly what I have. Going to be another fun game to watch there. And then they face 2 teams that I don't think are going to be too much up to snuff this year. I'm already kind of out on Miami, and then the Giants. The Giants might win 5 games this year. This one.
Correct.
Going week 7 through 9, you got Indianapolis, Minnesota, and then at Tennessee.
God, their schedule's looking. I'm going to go 3-0 here, Trevor. But caveat: the Chargers-Vikings game. I'm very excited to watch that. Very excited. Yeah.
I was going to say I might have to just be like a, I don't know, like a behind the scenes, fly on the wall Chargers fan this year because they got an interesting schedule.
Yeah,
that is for sure. What do I got them at here? I got them 2 and 1, losing to Minnesota.
Okay.
Losing Minnesota. Another close affair there. I just think that's one where the young gun, Kevin O'Connell, somehow, some way outcoaches Jimothy Harbaugh. And I think you might see J.J. McCarthy emerge quite a bit in that game. That'll be his hype game about halfway through the season. That'll be when he kind of really integrates into the offense, if he hasn't already.
Yep.
Then leading into the bye week, they got versus Pittsburgh. That's at Sunday nighter, then at Jacksonville.
It is going to be a hell of a game on that Sunday night. And
I'm going to enjoy it.
A lot of Charger fans I know, and this year you will not have the last laugh. The Steelers will win here, so they're going to split it 1-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I have as well.
Okay.
That's what I have as well. Pittsburgh always just finds a weird way to win against the Chargers and a nightcap. I don't understand it. We did it with Devlin Hodges quite a while back. Le'Veon Bell at the gun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They're just one of those teams we tend to beat. And, Steelers Nation travels well to Los Angeles.
Oh.
Basically be a home game for us in a dome.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. And just, Mike Tomlin, Sunday night against the Chargers, just it tends to go well for us.
Well, and I'll say some of I have to agree with you. The games we've had against the Chargers over the years, weird as shit. Just
it's stupid.
Just
stupid, but somehow the Steelers score more points than the Chargers, whether it's 18-16 or 24-17, whatever it is. The Steelers just find ways to win, and I don't think it's going to be any different this year. Then, of course, beating Jacksonville. That might be an interesting game too. Jacksonville, the candidate to improve this season. I don't know by how much, but we'll see. That could be a good game. Week 12 is their bye. Weeks 13 through 15, you got Vegas again, this time at home, and then versus Philly at Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, I also want to say what's up, Captain Insano. But did Raiders win this one?
Raiders do win this one.
Okay. Wow. Oh shit, Trevor. Hold on here. Now I'm concerned. 0-3.
Oh wow. Oh damn. Right out of the bye week too. Jim Harbaugh. 0-3 out of the bye.
The Eagles, that's gonna be a hell of a game. I'm excited for that on
Agreed.
the 8th. The Chiefs, this is when they falter a little bit sometimes, but I think I think they win this one.
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
0-3. Oh, and that's important for division wise too, I think. Yeah, we're going to begin.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I got you, my friend. No worries.
The rest.
We are flip-flopped in this stretch. I haven't bet 3-0.
Oh, shit. I want to believe in them, but I
feel beating Vegas. They get back at them for the early season letdown. Somehow beat Philly. I don't think Philly's going to win as many games as they did last year. I think they're going to regress a little bit.
Okay.
I think they're still Super Bowl contenders. They still might win the NFC East, but I think they're going to have a couple letdowns here and there.
Okay.
You could go with the Super Bowl hangover angle. You could just go with a Nick Sirianni angle too. He sometimes lets these games go, and I think that's one of those games. And then at Kansas City, I know that's bold. I know that's very, very bold.
Yeah, it's possible
to have them win at Arrowhead in December. A dome team winning at Arrowhead in December.
Yeah,
that one's just a gut. I just went with my gut on that.
Yeah, no, I'm worried about the refs. That's the only reason.
I mean, agreed. But
it's fucking bullshit.
You'll see here in a minute. I do have Kansas City regressing a little bit. They had a lot of good luck last year. A lot of good luck. That Raiders game, the Broncos game, of course, the calls in the championship game against the Bills. They had a lot of things go their way. I think that's a game where something doesn't go their way. Maybe a call goes the Chargers' way, and the football gods balance things out for us a little bit. Chargers win, and carrying a pretty good record into the final stretch of the season. They go at Dallas versus Houston at Denver.
I think I had the Chargers being the Broncos, I believe.
You had Denver winning here, it looks like.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, they would split the season series.
2-1.
2-1. So going 2-4 in their last 6 post-bye.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I believe I had the same thing in this 3-game stretch I did. Beating Dallas, beating Houston, losing to Denver. And I have a final tally of 11-6. 11-6. And this coming with a 9.5 FanDuel win total. Strength of schedule's at 15. So pretty much middle of the pack there. You, sir, have them losing 1, 2, 3, 4. You have won 10-7.
Okay.
Still on the over.
Yeah.
Still on the over. Still potentially contending for the division. They'd actually be behind Denver in that case. But honestly, this might be a season where 3 AFC West teams make the playoffs. I could see that happening.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yes. Possible.
So, yeah, if the cards fall right and we play this schedule out according to the Chargers' favor, they could still make a wild card game.
God, that would be something.
Yeah,
That would
3
be
AFC
something.
West teams, huh?
Yeah, no.
That's probably one of the toughest divisions, if not the toughest division. Well, behind the Chiefs to predict what the hell's going to happen.
Yes.
So won't go on any incoherent ramblings about the Chiefs and how they spent their offseason. I just kind of want to rip the Band-Aid off with them and see how they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Kelce's getting older. They beefed up the offensive line. Had a shit ton of luck last season.
Yep.
So I'm expecting some regression. But within these first 3 weeks, at the Chargers versus Philly, at the Giants, I'll actually jump the gun on you here and say they go 3-0 in that stretch. They start out.
Jesus.
Of course, you have the Chargers losing here to Kansas City and Brazil.
Yeah.
And then Philly and the Giants.
I'll go 3-0 too.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. But
Eagles game, that's going to be.
Rice is also healthy, so
yeah. Well,
big difference.
Yeah. What the hell's going on with his legal issue? Whatever. That's still.
Yeah, that's.
But anyway,
what's he gonna do in between now and then?
Right. But no one wants to talk about it. But
I get it. Which funny thing is, I integrated the Chiefs into a later segment, but
okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's going to be a close game against the Eagles, so I'm saying 6 points or less.
Yeah.
So
revenge for the Super Bowl. A little bit of a Super Bowl hangover. Still dealing with that on the Philadelphia side.
Yes. Yep.
Cool. I like it. Couple tough games in this next stretch versus Baltimore, at Jacksonville, then versus Detroit. They got a lot of tough home games this year too. Their home schedule last year was not that difficult, hence they went undefeated at home. This year, I don't think that's going to replicate itself. They got a lot of tough teams at home.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, probably beat Jacksonville.
That's
Yeah, I think that's what I have as well. Yeah, we're in lockstep here, my friend. I have them starting out 4-2. And before I go on here, forgot to mention their primetime games. They got a lot of them, so I'll give you a little bit of respite. Week 1 versus the Chargers. Week 3 versus the Giants. That's a Sunday. Week 5 versus Jacksonville on a Monday. Week 6 versus Detroit on a Sunday. Week 8 versus Washington on a Monday. Week 14 versus Houston on a Sunday. Week 17 versus Denver on Christmas.
Oh,
You get all that?
yeah.
Okay. If not, you can watch it back. Where did we leave off? Post Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay. They go then week 7 through 9, right before the bye week. Las Vegas versus Washington, and then at Buffalo.
Damn, Trevor.
Yeah, I know. They got a tough schedule this year.
1 and 2. I think I had the Raiders losing to them.
You do.
So 1 and 2. Yeah.
Okay. God, we're still in lockstep, my friend.
Well,
Still in lockstep.
the Bills have their number in the regular season. It's just they got to get over that hump in the playoff.
Yep. Mahomes 1-4 versus Josh Allen in the regular season.
It's a good stat.
Trend continues, and then the young gun, Jaden Daniels, takes care of business against one of the GOATs, Mahomes.
Yes.
Patty Mahomes.
Yep.
I like it, my friend.
Yes.
Then week 10, they got the bye. Weeks 11 and 12, they go at Denver versus Indianapolis. And you had Denver losing this one to Kansas City, unfortunately. So, Indianapolis.
Let's go 2-1.
They got the bye, but they got
bye,
then Denver and Indy.
Yeah, 1-1. Yeah,
1-1. They split it.
Yep.
Lose to Indy.
Yeah.
You have Denver winning here.
Oh.
Or no. Excuse me. You had Denver losing here. My apologies.
Okay. So Chiefs and Colts,
Yeah.
or uh,
Broncos, Colts.
Broncos, Colts.
You're really having issues with this 3 games.
No, I get you. I get you now. Yeah.
Lose.
Yeah, they lose that. We're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Lose to Indy. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just something to spice it up.
I was gonna say, by then they will have lost 4 home games already.
Yeah, and then they fucking turn it on. No, Trevor, that's what I'm.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that too. I do have them going 2-0 here, so no longer in lockstep. Unfortunately, I have a game better than you.
Yeah.
Weeks 13 through 15, they go at Dallas, versus Houston, and then versus the Chargers.
Okay. Yeah, 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not fucking happy
That's
about
better.
it. I'm telling you
Yeah,
the wins in my head right now, and I'm not liking the number.
I know. I get it. I get it. I understand. I actually have them going 1-2, beating Houston, losing to Dallas somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how,
Mm-hmm.
but I figure Dallas has got to get some wins someplace, and I don't have them getting a whole lot yet.
No.
So I just toss one in there. And then, of course, we just went through the Chargers. I had them winning this game at Arrowhead by the skin of their teeth. A hair on their chinny chin, if you will.
Yeah.
Rounding out the season, they got at Tennessee versus Denver at Las Vegas. I believe you had Vegas. You had Vegas winning this game, actually.
Oh yeah.
Because the sitting of the starters, maybe.
Mm-hmm. So we'll go 2-1 here. I think I had them being the Broncos. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I marked that one red by accident. I meant to mark that green. All right. 3-0, rounding it out, and I think we're actually going to might arrive at the same record here. I have them at 11-6, 11-6 as well. However, believe they would have the better division record. It looks like I have the Chargers splitting, so they would still win the AFC West, not necessarily maybe having the number 1 seed. That might go to Baltimore or Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
But still, pretty impressive season for them. And, once the Chiefs get into the playoffs, all bets are off. Good luck playing them in January. Andy Reid, Mahomes, Kelsey, all those guys, they know how to play in January.
Taylor Swift, what have you, yeah.
It's ridiculous. And you actually have them at 11-6 as well. 11-6.
Yeah, it's going to happen again. God.
Yeah, and I believe, and let me check the tally real quick, the division record for Denver. Let's see, 0-1, 1-2, 1-2, 2-2. Oh wow, 4-2. But you only have. It looks like you have the Chiefs only losing 1 divisional game.
Okay.
So they would still take the division with a tie record. Interesting. We both have the Chiefs winning the AFC West tied with another opponent.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Well, yeah, I just don't think they have the firepower that they did last year too. That's what all the thoughts were going into this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, people got film on Xavier Worthy now. I mean, you still got Hollywood. Rasheed Rice is healthy.
Yeah.
Good.
And
good
here's
a very interesting division. You also have, sorry to interrupt, but you also have every team in that division at a winning record.
Oh, it's going to be it's going to be hot. Yeah, they really figured it out over there, and I.
Okay.
It's a fucking.
I like it though.
I'm getting hotter than I am already about thinking about the Chiefs and fucking Taylor.
Sure, yeah.
It's
like
not
physically. You're getting.
Yeah.
A little warm.
Like my fucking heart.
Heat wave.
Yeah, give me a goddamn heart monitor. My beats per minute are probably out of fucking control. But
pacemaker at 28 years old.
I'll say this though. This is just a little fun interaction thing. To all the Chiefs fans out there that say you've been a fan all along and you're not a bandwagon, if you can name me 5 players before Patrick Mahomes was drafted we'll enter you in a giveaway. We'll figure out what the prize is. Just a little fun thing there. Just tell me 5 players before Patrick Mahomes came.
I can, and I'm not even a Chiefs fan. That's an easy one.
I can't remember. I don't know.
It's like the Warriors, Name 5 players before Steph Curry was drafted, right?
Oh, that was really special. But anyways, yeah,
that was fun in the PlayStation group chat.
Yes, it was
dealing with that line of questioning.
Yes,
yeah, wonderful. That'll wrap it up for our June 24th, the year of our Lord 2025 edition of the NFL season predictions. And next week, July 1st, we will be getting into the NFC South. So hopefully we start to balance out the win-loss records a little bit. I know I'm at 18 games over right now. It looks like, Billy, you're at, you're at 26 games over 500 right now. You gotta start to balance it out a little bit. And I think the NFC South is where we're going to find that balance.
Yeah.
So tune in next week. We got our first 3-team week.
Yeah.
And then, we'll have a 3-team week after that as well. That'll be fun. Think we're kind of in the flow now, right?
Yeah.
And now we're ready to. We're gonna have to speed run it a little bit next week because we're a little behind. But it's the NFC South, so I think we'll do okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent, my friend. If you want to transition us to what's more likely,
hell yeah,
rock on. That'd be fantastic. Appreciate it. Oh, that's where you.
Yeah.
Or I like.
But yeah, no.
Awesome, my friend. So starting right out with one of the major trades that happened in the NBA this week, Kevin Durant.
Yes.
Traded to the Rockets in exchange for Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, a 2025 10th overall pick, 5 second-round picks. First, before I get into the question, thoughts on the trade?
Whatever. It's just
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I know KD's 37, but
he is. When we look back, I have more respect for the guys that stay with the team. And I don't know.
Yeah. I saw those. Articles out there. Does this diminish his legacy? Blah 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 blah.
But it's exciting, I would say, for what the age he's at, to go down to Houston with the young talent they have. I think it'll be fun. Maybe bring him back to his youth days a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that soon to be 37. Excuse me. It'll be his age.
It's crazy.
37 season. It's 36 right now.
Wow.
But yeah, you think this makes the Rockets a contender then? Title contender, maybe?
Oh,
you think so?
I look at the odds. I would say yeah. It's spicy now.
Yeah, it does make it interesting. I'll leave it at that.
It's a hell of a more of a splash than someone we shall not name going there, but years ago. Oh, he's going to change the way for the Rockets. It's like Tracy came. No.
Jimothy, another Jimothy.
Yeah. James Harden. When James.
Yeah.
Mike D'Antoni's going to change.
Any person named James that I don't like.
Oh, Jimothy.
I say Jimothy.
Oh, all right. Jimothy. No.
Well, for the most part, I do like Jim Harbaugh. I don't know. I get it's more of a term of affection with him.
Yeah.
But you still got Van Vliet over there. You still got what's his name? Sengun, who was a nice little surprise this past season, along with Amon Thompson and Tari Eason. That's what their current depth chart reads at right now. I thought they gave up a little much. A little much for an aging superstar. I can understand why they did it, though. They were on the cusp of contending this year. They were a second seed, obviously lost to the Warriors in the first round. and ultimately just didn't really have the playoff experience on their side in that series, and that's what kind of cost them. With Kevin Durant, you get a ton of playoff experience and title experience.
Yep.
Although, we know how we went about getting that. Does this make the Rockets a legit contender? Absolutely, it does.
Yep.
It comes down really to two things. Can they put a good supporting cast around him with other guys improving? And can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
He's got to be able to stay healthy. It's always a concern in the NBA.
Captain and say no. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just like Trevor. Yeah.
Right. Like I said, I think they give up a little bit too much, but that's just me.
Well, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. The beautiful thing, though, if you look in your, if you're around a wooded area, you can also sometimes see an animal that's just like Kevin Durant, and that's a snake slithering through your grass.
I actually caught a centipede in my house this morning.
Oh shit! Yeah.
They make me like Kevin Durant. Yeah. Don't worry, I didn't kill it. I had a napkin and I tossed it outside.
Just the whole. Let me see if I can name this. I know I don't want to take too much of the segment here, but okay, he went.
Oh, yeah.
OKC.
We'll get to the question.
OKC. Then he went to where? The Nets. State. Oh, Golden State. Then the Nets.
Yes.
The Suns. Then, and then.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Then the Rockets. Wow, what a trailblazer. Anyways, yeah. Sorry, Trevor. Yep.
That's what we should have gone to. Was the Blazers? Honestly.
Yeah. That would have been interesting too. Scoot. Oh, it's him and Scoot would have been fucking cool. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd have been awesome.
Yeah.
But did technically have a season with the Supersonics.
I forgot. Yes.
Yeah. Technically.
Should have never left.
Speaking there. But yeah. Don't like that he's on the Nets all-time team, but I can see why that's the case. But anyway, on to the what's more likely question. More likely early round disappointment to make it to the conference finals in 2026. The Cleveland Cavaliers on the eastern side or the Houston Rockets on the western side. Now, remember what you're dealing with the East. Halliburton's going to be out for the season. Tatum's going to be out for the season. Lillard's going to be out for the season. Dealing with obviously probably a regressing Celtics who we'll get into it here in a little bit, seem to be blowing shit up. You got who else did I just say? The Pacers, they're going to be scrappy. I don't think they're going to be quite as good without Halliburton. They need his clutch play. And then is Giannis fending for himself with the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rockets here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Even in spite of the easier path in the East.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What if what if the Rockets fall to like a 4 seed and they have to meet the Thunder in the second round?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I kind of tossed the Cavaliers out here.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck. I don't believe in Donovan Mitchell. I know there's other good guys on there. I'm very hesitant. I mean, yeah, okay. You throw the Thunder, then you got the fucking Nuggets. I see. I didn't think clearly here, folks. It happens.
I was going to say the West is going to be packed, my friend.
Plus,
you got Luka dieting now with the Lakers.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, okay, fuck. Let's go to the Cavaliers. Good on you, Butters.
Okay. Yeah. And unsurprisingly, Cavs are at a plus 800 to win the title.
Really?
Rockets are plus 900.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Not bad odds there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And that might have honestly been, it was plus 750 to win the West. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus 900 to win that. Because obviously you still have the Thunder and they're still going to be exceptional.
Right.
As long as they can stay healthy.
Yeah.
And in regards to the Thunder, I'll do this right now. Did want to give them a nice little shout out. One of the truest team titles that I've seen in recent memory with, Jalen Williams, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and all the rest of the role players that are on that team. Hell, Alex Caruso gets another championship. Wonderful. Wonderful. So to the Thunder, their fans and their front office, congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
You are NBA champions, and you are now on the Buckle Up with the Boys Yeet list.
Yep.
So,
hell of a team effort.
Real quick.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all know what it came at the expense of. So very much mixed feelings around the title win. You could kind of see it as soon as Halliburton went down. Even Thunder fans were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
was not fun to deal with, but did what they had to do to win, and made this 6-year rebuild one of the more extensive rebuilds that I've ever seen.
Oh, fuck!
A massive success because it paid off with a championship and a trophy. And a trophy for SGA as well.
And I never said this, but to the doubters out there when they're like, "Oh, we're offloading Harden. Okay, we are offloading Durant, Westbrook."
Yeah.
Look at them now, motherfuckers. I mean, someone there got a raise because they made the right decision. I hope that person, whoever paid that,
Presti,
I mean,
Jesus. Same Presti.
Whoa. Yeah, thinking into the future. You want to talk about a visionary? Wow. No, I'm not talking about Seth Rollins either. Anyways,
he's also a revolutionary, but
yeah, little
architect. Going into the football side of things, and just going to ask this straight out because I saw on Instagram via BR Gridiron's Instagram page that Daniel Jones apparently has a quote-unquote significant lead in the QB1 race against Anthony Richardson, even though Anthony Richardson was Shane Steichen's pick to lead this franchise into the future.
Yep.
More likely to start more games for the Colts in 2025, Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones?
Oh, what a fucking hot mic moment here. Oh, boy. Oh,
just coming right out with it. Like, Actually, before you answer that, I do want to see the depth chart real quick to see what ESPN has listed. I would imagine they still have Richardson number 1, but Richardson 1, Daniel Jones backup.
See, and I could be
but Richardson's dealing with the AC joint, so he's not getting the first team reps right now.
And there's some person out there watching this. Oh, you could say, oh, they split. Well, asshole, they moved it up to 17 games now. So I'm going to say Anthony Richardson plays 9. Daniel Jones plays 8.
Oh, okay. So what? Colts go 3-6 and just hand it off to Daniel?
Yeah. Or we have this going again.
Oh, you have that again?
Never so hot at my screen.
Yeah.
What the? Did he just tap his helmet?
I'm glad I didn't see that live. I would have lost it. I forget what I was doing, but I did not see that live.
Oh, she goes, what does that mean? I said, he just tapped himself out. He said he's done. That's what he basically subbed me out. Yeah. And I go, what a classless act. But anyways, that's where I'm at, Trevor.
I'm going to go hot take here and say Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones proves Brian Daboll wrong here. I think he's better than a lot of people realize. He just had no offensive line help in New York. And, of course, you have the pressure of being a New York Giant. You're constantly under a microscope of the New York media. Sometimes all you need is a fresh start and a change of scenery. Right. Give that to Daniel Jones. Maybe I'll jump back on the Danny Dimes hype train here pretty soon. Now, I'm not fully there yet. I'm not jumping on the train right yet. But I think some way, somehow, whether Richardson, God forbid, re-aggravates the AC joint or just flat out loses the job, I'll take Daniel Jones.
And two, I think what people forget, and I thought about this when we talked last week about this whole situation here. He did follow Eli Manning. I mean, that's not fucking easy.
I get, yeah. Two-time champion.
And he was beloved. So.
Yes. Put Tom Brady in a chokehold at Fanatics Fest almost. Put him to sleep.
Yep.
Should have, honestly.
I think people forget that.
Third time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. And lest we forget, Tom Brady always says Happy Father's Day to two dads, Nick Foles and Eli Manning, every year.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Little prop bet for you. Talking about the Lions and integrating in our teams that we covered in the NFL season predictions this week. More
Mhm.
likely that the Lions somehow go undefeated in NFC North games. That's at plus 1,000. Or that the Chargers make it to the AFC Championship. That is a plus 1,100.
Go Lions.
Okay, I'm with you.
Don't even have to think about
that. Was kind of my knee jerk. Yeah.
It kind of jarred me a little bit. I'm like, oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah. The odds are pretty close still, though. You're getting similar money on both of those prop bets.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. I think Campbell is going to have the boys foaming out the fucking mouth this year.
Do you think they go undefeated in the division, actually? Or do you just like that bet right now? Okay. Because they did it last year.
Yeah. I think they could. And I think they have, I think they've addressed as best they can the secondary. I think that was the big, and the injuries were out of hand.
Right. Yeah.
Health. Jesus.
Still scored plenty.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't fall off in the offensive department.
Right. No. That's, I just.
Okay. I like it.
Couldn't believe the freaking injuries last year. God.
Yeah. No, I got you. You. Integrating the other team that we covered in our season predictions, the Chiefs.
Yep.
Talking about their receiving core for a hot second, most likely to lead the Chiefs in receiving touchdowns in the 2025 season. Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, or a now healthy Rashee Rice. And FYI, Worthy led the team last year with 6 regular season.
I'm going to go Worthy here.
With 10. Say Worthy again?
With 10, yep.
He gets 10. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because Kelce only had what? 3? 4?
3 or 4.
Yeah. So, and then Rashee.
Not until like late in the season, too. He was one of those tight ends that struggled to get in the end zone. It was the year for that, apparently.
Mm-hmm. No, that's what I'll go.
Okay.
Worthy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll go the chalk pick and say Kelce. I go from bold to chalk. I'll say Travis Kelce.
Well, if it's less rate,
yeah. Not, his yardage and overall reception output might, regress with his age, but Andy Reid says he's in good shape, says he's going to monitor him, see if he's regressing at all. It doesn't seem to be.
No.
And I think he finds the end zone a little bit more this year. Progression back to the mean in that regard.
So, just for viewers out too, just to throw a comparison, or we're saying they're going to treat him like Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates last season's. Like they're just going to feed him in the end zone.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Just a good. I mean, they're all 3 fucking all-time greats. So.
Of course. Yeah. But and FYI, Kelce only had 3 touchdowns last.
That is something. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn. And that was on 133 targets too. So naturally you'd think.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a lot of receptions. Didn't its average went down though. 97 catches, 823 yards. So not particularly great on the yards per catch department.
No.
By his standards anyway.
Going
over to the wrestling side of things, and we're actually going to do our Night of Champions picks after Yeet or No Yeet. But before we get to that, little, I guess, preview or prelude to that, rather, most likely to happen at Night of Champions. CM Punk ends John Cena's title reign, and we get the Summer of Punk again. Solo Sikoa gets some help, and with some antics and foul doings on the part of the quote-unquote new bloodline, wins the U.S. title. Or Randy Orton turns heel on Cody Rhodes.
Oh. Like Randy.
You like Randy?
I
Okay.
like
maybe
that.
Rhodes wins, and then after,
Oh,
I mean,
God,
gets his
that
title shot again, because whoever wins this gets a
fucking grab the wheel and fucking turn. Wow. Yeah. I want that. I
You
want
like
Randy.
that one?
Yes.
Okay. You think that's most likely, and then it seems like the one you want the most too.
I think I love Cody. I do. I love him. But Randy, and we got into this freaking whole thing.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I want Cody." I said, "I like Cody too, but I like Randy." I mean, you think back to the old
like
days,
Randy.
because he calmed down a little. I mean, Trevor, in the beginning, fucking out of hand a little bit.
Head case. Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to have CM Punk beat John Cena. So, as much as I want that, he's going to keep ruining wrestling. So
yeah. To my recollection, CM Punk has never lost to John Cena in a one-on-one contest. But with the way Cena's been lying, cheating, and stealing lately.
Yeah. I would want to know what their all-time record is. That's interesting.
I don't believe. I was gonna let me Google something real quick.
Because I can't remember if they put something on last night and it was 6 and 6 or not.
7, 6, and 1. It looks like
7, 6, and 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who has the upper hand? And
let me see here.
Oh boy,
I'm searching.
It would be wonderful if it could end in the
it does look like one site says 6 and 6, another one says 7, 6, and 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty evenly matched.
Oh yeah, I mean early 2010s, that was the shit. I mean later 2000s. I mean him and Punk, that was fucking awesome.
I guess like a little earlier in their respective careers before Punk became what he is now.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they just kind of like to segment that part of it off and say, CM Punk's never lost to John Cena.
Right.
But not in a while. Not in a while. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
I'll say Solo wins the U.S. title.
Wow, it would be something.
Yeah. Builds up the bloodline a little bit, gives Jacob Fatu something to chase.
Oh yeah.
And I know I like Jacob Fatu quite a bit. I do like him carrying the title. I like how he kind of wears it around the neck, and it's like a dog collar for him.
Yeah.
The Simone Werewolf thing.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Solo finally gets gold on the main roster.
Okay.
Let's see how he handles it.
Yeah.
See how
I agree.
I just know he's going to be the most unserious SOB with it ever.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be absolutely fun. Anyway, moving from what's more likely, if we can queue up Yeet or no Yeet.
Yes.
Be fantastic.
Hell yeah. No, good shit.
As I practice.
Weighing in at 155 pounds, soaking wet, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the name of Trevor Dinsmore. Yeet or no yeet?
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah. No, but it seems every time too when we get to this, it's longer and it gives you time to get another drink.
I know.
I've watched the episodes back.
It's actually perfect.
It is.
I like it.
I didn't even mean to do that.
It works.
Happy
accidents.
Fuck it, do it live. Yep, we're good.
Do it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Literally what we said with this podcast.
Yep.
Fuck it. We'll just do it live. No editing. Who needs to edit anyway?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Switching back over to football, then we'll touch on the wrestling. Then we'll actually make our Night of Champions picks right after this Eat or No Eat segment.
Hell yeah.
Talking about NFL head coaches for a minute, I heard an interesting take at Fanatics Fest from one Chris Brockman. He posed this to Rich Eisen, and of course, Rich Eisen laughed his freaking ass off at this.
Mm-hmm.
The head coach in the NFL under the most pressure this season is Dan Campbell. Yeet or no yeet?
Ooh.
No
No
yeet on
yeet.
that one.
No,
Okay.
that actually pissed me off. Chris Brockton. Come
Okay.
on.
Yeah, well, that's what he does.
He's a shit star.
No. Oh, yes, no, absolutely. Absolutely. So who is under the most pressure in the NFL then? Is it McDaniel? Is it...
I got 3.
Probably not one of the new head coaches, right? So Liam Cohen, Brian Johnson, you can probably leave those guys out.
I got 3 guys.
I don't want to say Sean Payton.
Tomlin.
Tomlin, maybe.
Shanahan.
Ooh, yeah, good one.
And McDaniel.
Okay.
I would have to say.
Yeah. I like that. Zach Taylor at all? You toss Zach Taylor in that mix?
Ooh,
I mean, he hasn't really been
good.
one that's been thrown around, but and I know, yes, the front office has kind of screwed him, but
I'd say
that one out there. What? And since we're talking AFC North, Stefanski in trouble at all? No,
I don't think.
Okay, I don't think so.
I feel him and Campbell are very. Captain Insano, hot take, but I'm interested.
I was going to say he's along the lines of Chris Brockman. Pressure means expectations, right?
Yes.
Pressure doesn't mean like you're regressing and the bottom's going to fall out and you're about to get fired. So yes, just definition of pressure here.
Top of the list, it has to be Shanahan.
Oh, it's McDaniels for me.
Okay.
Like McDaniel.
I have my own thoughts on the Dolphins owner, and I don't think I'm going to share them right now. But
okay, we can share them when we get to the Dolphins.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. When do we get to the Dolphins? Actually, they're the last week that we do the season predictions. August 26th. So you're gonna have to wait a couple months to spell your feelings on the owner, but hold on to that. Bottle it. Shove it deep down. Do your research. See how much dirt you can dig up on the guy, and then bring it all to the surface on August 26th.
They're all living the Miami Vice lifestyle. When McDaniel came in last season, I said,
yeah, he's got the perm and he's all tan and he's wearing a sweatsuit.
I'm like, where's your kingpin? Where are you keeping your shit now, Mike? I mean, what's
right?
You're fucking loopy up there. I don't know what you're taking, but always the bridesmaid, never the bride. I couldn't say it any better. Very good.
Well said. Well said. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been watching SmackDown lately. Of course, the hottest thing on there right now, I would argue, is the tag division. And, of course, you got the Wyatt Six running around. And a little surprising challenge put out there by the Street Profits this past week in a backstage segment.
Yes.
Going right after the Wyatt Six. Saying, yeah, we'll put the titles on the line. We know what you want.
Uh-huh.
Yeet or no yeet on the Wyatt Six needing to collect gold on SmackDown? Like they need to beat the Profits for the tag titles, maybe go after a singles title and, do one of those things where they all have the gold. Do you think that needs to happen with them? Or do they have enough aura and enough momentum about them to kind of keep this thing going as it is now?
I'd go yeet on that, Trevor.
Yeet on the gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
I shit myself every time that little thing comes up on the screen and fucking scares the shit out of me.
The bird thing?
Yeah. Or they do some cool promo, whatever the hell. But I think to draw people in, you give them a title, tag or not, or single within the group. I think that really shoots them out. I mean, it's just like Judgment Day, in a sense.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of needs that boost a little bit.
A little bit.
I would argue the same thing.
Yeah.
It would make sense that they're kind of holding the gold hostage. You could kind of play it from that angle, and also you need to kind of legitimize this unit again, right?
Yeah.
Because they debuted on Raw. and then Bo Dallas got hurt, and then they were gone for a while, and now they're back, and it's still scary as shit.
Yeah.
But they kind of lost that momentum from the initial debut. So maybe give them that momentum by giving them gold. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeet or no yeet? We finally get Karrion Kross in a PLE match. Yeet or no yeet on that?
I could really give a shit about him.
What do we think? What do we think? I don't know how you feel about Karrion Kross, but
I'll go yeet because the guy. What? Like I was just curious. I'm like, how much does this guy get paid just to hang out back there and just?
I know,
do some
right?
Shit. He gets
And
paid
his
$1
wife,
million.
You know,
He is so overpaid. And then I look at fucking Strowman and Truth getting almost kicked out, but I think it was part of the story. Whatever. I don't know for sure on that, but
Truth got kicked out. Ron Killings came back.
yeah, Ron. Whatever. I keep hitting the fucking mic, but I think, yeah. Can I see him in the ring, please? I think I've seen him since I returned once or twice with the bald headed guy come out with him and the whole whatever. Fuck it. I don't even care. And he's every time he's talking to Sami Zayn and he finally does something about him, like, get the fuck out of his ear. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would
finally. I'm at a huge yeet on that. I think he's one of the most underutilized superstars in the game right now. Yep. We saw his charisma in NXT. Then we saw him. He got brought up and had to wear that fucking face mask thing, and he just booked into absolute oblivion before he came back with a lot of momentum that was again stifled. So worked his ass off. Let's get him a PLE match. This is good stuff. Did you see the John Cena pipe bomb? Did you watch that? You watched that? You and 51 million others within 12 hours of it being posted to social media and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
One of the more watched promos.
Yeah.
Long time, ever.
Mm-hmm.
This might, I might step on some toes with this one. I feel like I'm going to offend you by saying this.
I don't think.
But I wanted to toss this out there and see what you thought. The John Cena pipe bomb was just as good as the original in 2011 with CM Punk. It was just as good. Not better. I'm not saying better. Just as good. Given where Cena was with the whole heel run, and of course you pair him with Punk, and now it's going to reignite it a little bit.
Yeah. I go yeet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have I think, well, I mean, you said it right there. I mean, the stats says it enough. I think social media more prevalent now helps get more eyes on it. But yeah, 51 million people. Yeah, it's attractive. It's, no, I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. I fucking hate it how my childhood hero just completely went off the fucking rails, though. But it's okay. It's all right.
You and our truth both. But funny you mentioned that because I recall you saying that CM Punk got you back into wrestling at that time with that pipe bomb.
Yeah.
Did he not?
Yeah. It's tough. It's
and I know he's one of your favorites. He's one of your guys.
It's an unhealthy relationship. It's like the fucking Steelers and me. It's just I'm in and I'm not, and I'm back again. Fucking rip my goddamn heart out, throw it on the street. But it's all right. We're here.
I got you.
That's why we watch it. Yeah. That's why
Right. And forgive me for maybe misremembering, but your viewership kind of faded when Punk left, correct?
I thought, and oh God, how old was I then, Trevor?
2014 he left. Early 2014.
Okay, so I was 11, 17, 16, around there. I just thought how Vince handled that. Very disheartened. I didn't like that. And I think that's what opened the door to not liking Vince. And I still don't like Vince. So it is what it is.
I was going to say, not a huge
now,
Vince guy either.
Would we have what we have today without him? No.
Absolutely.
I will give him his flowers on that. So just the way he went about it, kind of a dickhead.
As a human, yes. Very much.
The ass kissing, that also didn't help.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the promo last night that they ran on Raw. They played the original pipe bomb, and they said, when Punk says, "There's one thing you're better at than I am, and that's kissing ass." I'm like, they left out a name there. They left out a name.
You can, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting stuff.
How many
But
people?
John Cena with his pipe bomb, calling Punk Mr. TKO, saying that he's jealous of him, name dropping Claudio or Claudio Castagnoli, was known as Cesaro, Ziggler, Dolph Ziggler, and the former Zack Ryder, now Matt Cardona. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff too. All did it while he was perched up on the top rope. He just put Punk through a table. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful stuff. Indeed. I don't know if you have a little graphic for this. You can potentially take down the yeet or no yeet, and we can run through our Night of Champions picks real quick if you'd like.
Shit. Yeah, I did not make a graphic. Apologize to the viewers.
No problem. I literally warned him minutes before we were doing this.
That's all right.
But yeah. Anyway, going right through the Night of Champions card as it exists right now. I don't know if there's going to be any matches added after Friday Night SmackDown, but we're just going to go with what we got right now. And as we saw last night, the Dom Mysterio AJ Styles Intercontinental title match, that's out. Dom apparently sprained his mustache and is going to require some sort of reconstructive surgery to fix that face of his. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to spend more time with Roxanne Perez.
Oh, boy.
Lips hurt. But anyway, so in that match's place, we actually get I would imagine is a pretty good contest. Raquel Rodriguez facing Rhea Ripley in a street fight.
Yeah. I'm going to take Ripley here without question.
I was going to say, Rhea running away. Yeah.
Dynamic as all hell. Straight lethal assassin. I mean, shit. Yeah.
Well, plus she's the one that got put through the table last night.
Yep.
So naturally, I think it's just going to progress that way. Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but at least we get to see Karrion Kross in action.
Yeah, let's show me something out there. Fuck.
Right.
Got it. I hope he's still training. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's been how many months?
I know.
Yeah.
U.S. title match, Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa.
For the story to get spicier, you got to do Solo here. I just think they're going to make it run here with Fatu, though.
I will take Solo.
Yeah.
Dissenting opinion for you there.
Yeah.
Just continue that story. I think there's a lot to be had.
Oh, yeah.
Those two still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're talking money and business, that's if you go the Solo route. I'm sick. I'm still pissed off they took Uso's title. If they do it the Fatu, it's like, okay, we're making short stints here.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up. But
yeah, okay, apologize. Yeah.
I know it's a sore subject with both of us. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially because who's challenging for the title now. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Yep.
Stay retired, please.
We will discuss whatever that result is and probably bash it, but okay.
Queen of the Ring tournament final. We got the returning Asuka versus Jade Cargill.
I like Asuka. I like her character.
Okay.
I do like it.
I'm gonna take Jade. They've been pushing her for a while. Needs that definitive signature win in a solo capacity.
She's a freak. I mean, just athletic as all hell. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Love it. All right. Okay. All right.
A lot of passion in the comments there. I love it.
Okay. But no, Jade, she could beat the shit out of anybody. Really.
Right.
I like that character. the unknown with that one. So I'll take her there.
And touched on this a bit earlier. You made a nice little shocking pick in the What's More Likely segment.
Yes.
King of the Ring tournament final, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton.
I think Randy gets it. And goes after the 15th.
Clean?
Not clean.
Not clean.
I think we go back to Evolution style.
Yeah.
I want that guy to come back. Yes. Yes.
You want full-on bald skinhead Randy.
Yes.
That kicks people's heads into the 10th row. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Kicks Mick Foley down a flight of stairs. Anyways. Yeah. Well.
Punted Mr. McMahon's head.
Yeah.
Pretty stiff, too, from what I heard.
Yes.
Anyway, I'll take Cody.
Okay.
I'll take Cody. Him going on his path back to the title, potentially challenging him, John Cena at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I think that would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
And then maybe Randy turns heel after the match. Maybe.
Either way, I'm okay with it. It's just...
Yeah.
I love both of them.
Randy doesn't have to turn heel this weekend. He doesn't have to. I just kind of want to see it.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then main event, undisputed WWE Championship match, John Cena, CM Punk.
I think everybody out there knows who I want, but I'm still going to do it anyways. I know the result will go CM Punk here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know it's not going to happen, but just for me.
I preemptively wrote down Cena for you, thinking that you were like, I want Punk to win, but no.
Now, I think it's going to, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't. Just for me, just so I'm not fucking up here, Trevor, in some reason, I'm not here. Disqualification could happen here.
I believe so, yeah. I believe this is just a regular singles match.
I think that's how it goes down. I think Punk somehow slips.
Oh, so does Punk win? But not the title.
Not the title.
Oh, and see, now you're thinking.
And that would
be the picks are who's going to win the match.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And I could see, and if Paul Levesque has been on his shit, that would be something right there. Oh, he won, but no, by disqualification, he doesn't get. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah,
ruining wrestling, even
really in the fucking bag there. Really, if they do that,
I can see that. Does Ron Killings get involved?
Oh, yeah.
I had to ask.
There's that counterpart too. I mean, this is what I love about it. There's so much more to the story than it was with Vince. That's why I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, like I said last week, you got Cena basically in like 3 or 4 storylines right now. It's kind of fun.
Fucking over here, and then we're going over here, and he's backstage, and it's like, holy shit, okay.
Had a little face off with Seth Rollins at Fanatics Fest.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right.
It's good.
Good things out here. I like it.
Yeah.
I'll say Cena.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll say Cena. Mm-hmm. Well, one way or another, Cena probably goes home with the title. Just a matter of, if.
How we get there.
Mm-hmm. Like that. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that's actually it for the Night of Champions card. As it is now, I don't know if any matches are going to be added come Saturday, but
right.
Yeah. Good to go there. Thanks for sticking with us through our little departure from the norm, going to the Night of Champions picks, going back on the track that we normally call the Buckle Up with the Boys segments on a scale of 1 to 10. Are they fun?
Hell yeah.
That is a big Chiron. Wow.
I don't know why it's doing that, but that's all right.
This week's edition of On a Scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? How fucked are they with Trevor Dinsmore?
Yeah, I don't know
You're
why
cutting me off there. I'm short as it is, dude.
Yeah, hold on. Let's figure this. We'll just
Do it live.
yeah.
Fuck it. Do it live.
Fuck it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
fine.
I don't know why it's doing that, but we'll figure
as long
it
as
out.
I don't hide behind it.
None of them were like that. Why did it round out there? Okay, we'll figure it
I
out.
don't know. But you know what it is? You know what it is? It's because you got the comments thing in the corner.
That's what it is. That's what it fucking is.
What it is.
You're right. Hold on a minute.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
See?
I got you, bud.
See?
I'll
I'm
just
thinking.
I'll note
We're
that.
both thinking tonight.
I'll turn those off and then turn them back. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
on me.
Yeah, totally fine. Totally fine, my friend.
Fuck.
On a scale of 1 to 10, are they fucked? The Celtics for blowing this whole thing up, trading Drew Holiday, and news breaking today, they're trading Tingis Pingus, Kristaps Porzingis.
I'm gonna go 9.
Okay.
But as a Lakers fan, I fucking love it.
Oh, I know. Me too. As a Sixers fan, I was contemplating wearing my Iverson jersey tonight for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you called this 3-4 weeks ago, and I said, "What the fuck? You're okay? Whoa!" I
just read the tabloids, man. As soon as Tatum got hurt, I'm like, oh boy.
On camera, I was like,
boy.
I was agreeing with you, but then after, I'm like, is he right here? Is this one? And then and then I see that news, like you just said. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's a visionary. Okay, I get what he's saying. I get it now.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Architect.
Yes.
Mr. Monday night.
Yes. Yeah.
No, Mr. Tuesday night.
Mr. Tuesday night. Yeah. Oh, that was good. Yeah. Sorry, Celtics fans. Burn.
Yeah. 9 as well, but I'm happy it's happening.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
All I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Another recent trade that went down. Talked a little bit about it last week, and a touch on it again because there's a new development in the whole Rafi Devers situation. Says he's now willing to play first base for the San Francisco Giants. Says, basically alluded to the issue being that the Red Sox had a first baseman and then he got hurt, and then they asked Devers to move like pretty much right away. If they would have asked him in spring training, I guess he would have gone and done it. But now, new team, Red Sox fans are like, huh? And it just makes the trade and the relationship and the tension and everything that happened here all that more baffling. But from the perspective of Rafi Devers now being willing to play first base on a scale of 1 to 10.
You got to go 8. I mean, he was the future for them. And I for some reason, had an obsession with him, Trevor. I don't know why. Maybe I was good with him on the show. But
I know I was pretty good with Duran, too.
Yeah, there's something deep there. That there's miscommunication, what have you. I don't know what the hell it is, but you were bitching and then you're open to it. Okay. I don't know. Media get too involved in that? I don't know. Miscommunication. Well, he's on the Giants playing open to first base. Okay.
In lockstep again, I was at an 8 with it. It's fishy.
It's very interesting.
It's fishy. I don't know. I mean, you're still like transitioning into it midway through the season.
Yep.
Learning how to play while also being in a division race.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it just doesn't compute.
No, I agree. Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Getting into a little bit more serious of one, and then we'll talk a little bit about something that went down at Fanatics Fest that kind of went semi-viral for the wrong reasons if you're Joe Burrow. But talk about major development in the UFC. John Jones officially retiring as of June 21st. And then, Dana White comes out at a Canelo Alvarez Terrence Crawford presser, says flat out, Aspinall is now the heavyweight champion. John Jones has officially retired. And That was made official by John Jones earlier in the day when he tweeted, "Today I'm officially retiring," or excuse me, "Today I'm officially announcing my retirement from the UFC. This decision comes after a lot of reflection, and I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for the journey I've experienced over the years."
Mm-hmm.
I have a few more paragraphs in that line of tweeting with him, but this comes out as a pretty big surprise when we thought an Aspinall-John Jones fight was in the cards, and
Yes.
Dana White thought the same thing until the day of.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting how this all went down, but apparently John Jones facing a misdemeanor charge leaving the scene of an accident in his native Albuquerque. We know he's had troubles in the past, PEDs and outside legal battles. Right. Yeah, absolutely. But this coming in the midst of another misdemeanor charge. I believe he's 37 years old, but as we saw in recent fights, he could still go.
Oh, one of the best. Is the best, yes.
Yeah, I would argue the same thing.
Yep.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, is it fucked how this whole John Jones retirement went down?
I'm going to
Is it
go
legitimate? Is it like
I'll go 8 again.
Okay.
I hope to God there's not more to that story because I did see that with the misdemeanor.
That's all I saw to this point. I didn't really follow up with it this morning, but
he doesn't have anything else to prove. I think that's what people are not seeing here. I mean, he's the Michael fucking Jordan of UFC. He could go in and not train Trevor and still kick someone's ass. That's how good he is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I don't think Dana had a role in retirement. I think it was all him. I hope.
No.
Yeah.
No, from what I saw, John Jones came out, tweeted that.
Yep.
Said I'm done. Dana White says that at the Canelo Terrence press conference and shocks the world in a lot of ways.
A lot of people pissed off.
Multiple. I had multiple UFC fans text me like, "Holy shit!
Right.
I'm thinking the same thing. I don't know. I'll say a 7. Say a 7. It's interesting because I do. Part of that 7 is I respect the guy going out on his own terms.
Yep.
As weird as his personal life has been and his legal battles and all that other stuff, I do want to see an athlete go out on their own terms. I don't want it to be an injury. I don't want them to be forced out of the sport that they love. I want them to go out on their own terms, and that's what's keeping me from going kind of over the top with this take here.
Yeah. So
I'll stick with it at a 7, and getting to that 7 is the spite of the Aspinall fight. Like we're not going to get an Aspinall fight. He's just the champion now. So
yeah, I guess just to add on the injury, is there something he felt maybe
not that I'm aware of
he could lose? Maybe he thought he was going to lose the fight. Do you feel?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Just speculation. Just
Just tossing stuff out there.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Then on to a less serious topic.
Yeah.
Fanatics Fest. We saw Joe Burrow there, among many other celebrities, athletes. But Joe Burrow going viral for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You saw the video.
I saw the video.
Right before the show. You watched it. On a scale of 1 to 10, is it fucked? Joe Burrow's pitching accuracy?
I'd say a 10.
Yeah, that's a hard 10 for me, pal. Left. Fast and left.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't know if it's because the size of the ball, that's why it's causing issues, but whatever. I don't know why he would volunteer to do that on camera.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it looked like camcorder footage.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It wasn't clear. No.
Phone footage.
Yeah.
Smartphone footage.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that Joe Burrow for sure? Yes, it is. Oh, okay.
He turns around and, it's Joe Burrow. Yeah, it's Joe Burrow. Oh, God. Oh, God. That was awful. What was he doing?
Maybe put a curve. I don't know. He kept going to the left, though. And freaking Darius on there.
Release point. Looked like the
Yeah.
release point. I don't know. He was in kind of a crammed space too, so it was like,
Might have been a lot of people behind the camera.
yeah, maybe he didn't have the range of motion that he does with a football.
Yep.
Could
Who
be the
knows?
case. Be the case.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got for this week's edition of On a Scale of 1 to 10. Are they fucked?
Yes.
Billy is going to round us out with debate time.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Down here.
Weighing in at 240 pounds from Olean, New York, your St. Bonnie alum, Drew Billy, with debate time.
Yep. Shout out to the Italian sportscaster for Bonnie's basketball. But anyway, did you want to? I don't know his name. I'm still trying to find that out. I don't know if he's still alive.
Okay. If you find his name, let the people know. Let him know.
Yeah.
In a minute.
Oh, okay.
In a minute.
Okay.
Teasing the people.
Oh, okay. No, debate time. Here we got 4 questions and also a portion of Trevor's question and be a man question as well. What wrestler made you fall in love with WWE?
Okay. Who is yours and why is it Rey Mysterio?
Actually, he was a portion of it, but actually it was Ric Flair. Ric Flair, actually. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking Eddie as well. Eddie was a part of that.
Eddie was a part of that. But early on, my dad would watch it with me, and he grew up in the time when Flair was in the independent scene.
Yeah. NWA and WCW. Mm-hmm.
Doing the greatest fucking promos of all time, in my opinion. But that's Randy Savage is up there as well. But no, I just see this old guy flopping all over the fucking ring doing stuff. And then it went to Ray, and then it's like it wasn't the greatest kid when I was a kid, and then DX was like, oh fuck yeah, all right, these guys are again, they're telling their boss to kiss their ass and doing suck it. Yeah. No, but Ric Flair.
How many times you get detention for doing that?
I did once, elementary
Just
school.
once?
Yeah, shout out to the staff. They were dealing with me. I wore the Suck It DX shirt on dress down day and did Suck It. And okay, Drew, you need to go to the principal's office. I didn't know that was a bad thing. I saw Triple H and Shawn doing it.
Me neither.
Oh, that's what that means. Oh, years later.
Of course.
Yeah.
I got you, my friend. That's what made me fall in love with WWE. I mean, the easy answer is Shawn Michaels. I never had a bad match.
No.
Best in-ring performer of all time, bar none. One of the greatest theme songs of all time. You could of course say Triple H in that same vein, of course, with the DX, the Suck It. Did enjoy Mysterio back in the day. Trying to think. You know who I really liked early on? I liked his mystique, and I even liked him as I kind of matured a little bit. He really kept me into wrestling because he was so consistent, and he had one of the greatest theme songs ever as well. It was Kane.
Oh, scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, but once Slow Chemical started playing Finger 11, I was just eyes were glued to the TV, man.
Yep.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. And there was one brought up in the comments as well, RVD.
Yeah.
RVD was a big one.
I loved him too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mr. Monday Night.
Yeah.
It was, just wonderful times. Wonderful times. Batista to an extent as well with his entrance, because I would always do the. As a kid,
Oh, yeah. Edge and Christian, very good.
Very good picks. Very good picks.
Just to throw out there, because you brought up Kane, one guy that scared the shit out of me, and I think he was TNA more, Abyss.
Oh yeah.
He gave me the
Okay,
heaves.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
he was a scary mother. He
Pull
did
his,
that fucking
pull his
shit.
hair out.
Yeah, it was like Mankind in a sense. You know what I mean? But it was darker. I thought. Yeah, it was just I don't know. Yeah. The Dudley Boys.
Then I lest I forget Jeff Hardy. Of course, everybody loved it. Yeah,
That's fucking shit. Yeah.
I still do that. You know, when I forgot to bring out a towel for the bathroom.
Yeah, you know,
Kind of,
No, good shit. No. But what is the greatest song that gets you jacked up and ready for the day? Turn it on. You're ready to kick some ass.
Do you want all time or current?
Both is fine. Yeah.
Both is fine. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do all time.
Mhm.
All times Enter Sandman.
Oh.
You know,
Mhm.
dun, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Basically, listen to that pretty much every morning.
Mhm.
One that's been cycling through my playlist lately, and it's by a band called Motionless in White. They do
Okay.
Rhea Ripley's theme song,
Oh.
actually from Scranton, PA as well. But yes, they do the "This Is My Brutality." That's them. Is a song called "Voices" that they have, not Randy Orton's voices, but
Right.
their version of "Voices."
Okay.
So, yeah,
have to check
any
that out.
song with like the word "voices" or monsters in it, I like. I'm kind of
Yeah.
like I'm not an outwardly expressing metalhead,
Yeah.
which I like metal and I like country, which are two very different crowds.
Yeah, but you got taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
That's where I'm at.
I have to go with, and I used it so many fucking times when Trevor first got on the show with me here. For our promos, Till I Collapse. Dad, when I hear that fucking beat and
Use a lot of Eminem. Yeah,
Nate Dogg in there with them, it's like, whoa, and lose yourself. Yeah, no, that yeah, I'll start sweating. I'm ready to fuck shit up. But anyways, what is one thing you wish you tried in the past? Maybe a sport, Trevor, something, or maybe an activity or whatever, hobby, or you will try maybe in the future.
That's a good thing. It's a good
It's a
question.
little deep there, a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I know I tried this. I wish I would have spent a little more time with it. It's actually part of my little ensemble back here.
Yeah.
A guitar. I wish I would have
Okay.
kept with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Something that I haven't tried yet. That is an excellent question. Why don't you go first? Let me ponder this. Let me ponder this for a second. I got a few answers in mind. I'm not sure which one I want to spell.
This is going to be an interesting shit. Again, you learn a lot about me and Trevor through this podcast that I think we expose ourselves more than usual. I love art. I love it.
Okay.
I almost minored in. Was 2 credits away from being an art minor on accident.
Ooh, okay.
But I love painting, abstract shit.
Wow. Okay.
You know,
very cool.
I don't have. We did a couple paintings last 2 weekends ago downstairs, but wish I would have followed more with that.
No, I got you, my friend. Well, I mean, sports comes to mind. I haven't been to a whole lot of playoff games. Never been to an NHL playoff game either.
Okay.
So playoff hockey is just bonkers.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely have to try that.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't been to any national parks yet.
Oh,
I
okay.
get to some of those national parks. I want to travel a little.
Solid, good piece. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Haven't traveled much since last year. Went to what was it? It was Austin, Texas, in October, and I actually haven't been flying since.
Okay.
So, okay. Maybe time to go to maybe Acadia, Grand Canyon, Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Haven't been to any of those.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Get that on the list. Cross those off.
Hell yeah. You have someone sit down and watch an NFL and NBA player to show them what the sport's all about. Who are those 2 individuals that you would pick from their respective
for both?
Yeah.
Okay. NFL is easy. That's Troy.
Yep. Okay.
Just a whirling dervish of a human being.
Yes.
Yeah, not much to that one, really. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
NBA is Kobe. Just
We're
the
fucking
mentality and
spot
the
on
work ethic.
together.
Yeah, that really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Add substance to it because
Yeah.
I'd say Troy, he had Jesus supposedly talking to him. Whatever. That's what everybody says. But I think his instincts, you will never see another player like that.
Correct. Yeah.
Just able to read the play and just studied the game and also in part had Dick LeBeau as defense coordinator for most of it. But and then Kobe, it just the fucking work ethic, Trevor. I mean, it's not even the performance, just guys,
Correct.
all the stories. 3 o'clock in the morning, they lose the game, he still showed up. What the fuck? Like I don't know.
Psycho.
Yeah. Oh, psycho. Oh, yeah. What the? Here's a fun, and you probably know this. I know our compadre Nate and him talk about Kobe all the time, but he listened to Michael Myers' Halloween theme song before games to put him in the mood.
Oh, like was it the dun, 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 that one?
Yeah, because he said I need to get in that mindset of a killer out there. I'm like, okay, that's a different fucking level of. Look it up. It's something. It's a hell of an interview.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
Kobe was doing a late night show, and he said he would study the referee's handbook to know where they would be positioned at any given time on the floor, so he could get away with a grab or a tug here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who thinks of that shit?
Right. Right.
Amazing.
No. And just his reaction on Jimmy Kimmel when he retired, you've seen this, and he's in there celebrating after losing like fucking 10 games in a row. And he's just, it's just funny to me how dedicated he was to the sport. But yeah, no, good shit. Good shit. That's all I have.
Yeah. Well, as Kobe would say, though, the job's not finished.
Job's not finished.
Job's not finished.
No.
Real quick, I teased this a little earlier, and this has been long overdue. Buckle up with the boys. Shit list is the Oakland Athletics front office for moving out of, not Oakland Athletics. They're just the Athletics now. So the Athletics front office for moving out of Oakland the way that they did break ground on their new $1.75 billion stadium this past week, though.
Jesus.
So just kind of a trigger for me. I'm like, you know what? They deserve to be on here.
Yep.
Long overdue. Couldn't really think of anybody that did anything bad this past week either.
Yeah.
Probably blurry, but y'all get the point. Ace front office. And then my debate time questions. Run through this real quick. We're in the throes of summer now. It is officially summer as of last Saturday, I believe, was the equinox?
I believe so.
Or the solstice. Is it the summer solstice? I think it's the solstice. Yeah, solstice, because equinox is equal days. Solstice, summer solstice. Look at me giving an astronomy lesson in the middle of a sports podcast.
Hell yeah.
Favorite and least favorite summer activities? I could probably guess your least favorite. You posted on Snapchat about it a few days ago.
Yeah, mowing the fucking grass is definitely least. The heat.
Okay, that makes sense.
Favorite, sitting around a campfire.
Ooh, I like that. That was my favorite as well. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Just solid. Yeah. Solace. Yeah. It's relaxing. It's and a cold beverage never hurts to make it a little more entertaining, but
of course. Yeah. I'll say my least favorite summer activity is driving during the summer.
Yep.
Everybody's on the fucking road. Everybody's at the fucking gas station.
Yep.
This is the time of year where PennDOT or NY or OH, whatever dot that you have is out there doing construction on every single inch of the road.
Yepper.
So yeah, driving.
Yep, taking their good old time.
Yeah, driving's the least favorite for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're going to get deep here with this Be a Man question of the week, my friend. It is, I believe, it is going to be our last episode of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Oh, boy,
so
yes.
Figured I'd get a very, very serious question in and put a little positive spin on it for the viewers in celebration of the end of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yep.
When was the last time you felt like you weren't, quote unquote, man enough to deal with a situation, and how did you grow from that?
Oh,
I'm gonna say, think hard about this one.
Shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. Take your time.
Fuck. Well, I don't mean to. Let's see here. Let's really think about this. I would say
it doesn't have to be the last time. Let's say it can be like a whatever significantly pops into your head.
I think there was a situation. I'm not going to say names. Got a little too excited, overboard, and went a little too ape shit. And I'd say in that case, I think I set myself down and I said, hey, I mean, and you get to see it, everybody on PlayStation, but I think realizing, holy shit, what the fuck? Like, you need to just calm down.
When specifically was this?
I would say about 4 months ago. Yeah.
Okay. And was this a situation with a close friend?
Close friend, yeah. Very close.
What exactly? If you don't have to get into specifics, but
I'd say I get very touchy with if you talk, and I think this is a man thing, Trevor. I would have to say, when you talk shit and you don't have the full information, that can lead to some dangerous territory. And myself, I should have took the situation and said, hey, let's just talk about it instead of ripping the guy's fucking head off.
Okay.
I could have handled my emotions a little better, but I just felt he came after some things that I didn't appreciate. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
And since then, but here's the premise of that, though. You have to recognize after the fact, after you fuck up like that, you need to maybe take a day or two, reflect, then revisit it and say, hey, listen, wasn't thinking clearly there. I apologize. I take back what I said. I hope we can still be friends. And it worked out. But I mean, sometimes you go overboard. It doesn't happen like that. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I got deep with you there for a minute.
No, that was the intent. That was the full intent of that question. Believe me.
I know we're later in the show. It's like, all right, asshole. That's
why we do this. That's why we do this at this late in the show. It's you're a little bit more honest when you're, kind of a little worn down, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
At least that's the case for me. I don't know about other folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say, and this isn't the last time that I haven't felt this way, but one of the primary times for me is, and something that I kind of deeply regret to this day. So my family, I have a younger brother and a younger adoptive sister.
Yes.
She came to us through Bethany Christian Services, adopted her during COVID, by the way. So dealing with all that.
Right.
And while she was in the house, her and my mom would fight constantly. And there was this one particular fight where I forget exactly what they were talking about, but I know it ended with my mom punching a hole through the drywall and me getting a chair thrown at my head and then proceeding to call my sister C word. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. And that put a real strain on the relationship right then and there. And I don't think that's something that we've talked about since then. And well, even to this day, I don't really reach out to her. I don't talk to her that much. And I know I'm kind of the adult here, right? I had a good upbringing. I'm obviously the oldest child, and you know, maybe it's my responsibility and my duty to do that. So it might be time to start that very soon. Kind of feeling like I know I've like gone to therapy, prioritized my mental health and stuff, but I got to start prioritizing some other people that need it too.
Right.
And that includes my adoptive sister. So if she's somehow listening to this, let's talk a little bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that often. Let's just, and I will say this too, during the holidays, I had a little bout of depression and took it out on her a little bit, kind of shunned her away, and not a pretty situation there. And that's honestly what kind of led to me starting this therapy journey that I'm on.
Yeah.
Just haven't tackled that specific issue yet. Working on myself quite a bit, molding myself, and that's very important to do. But as much as I'm learning to take care of my mental health, I need to pass on some of that wisdom, some of what I've learned, and some of the peace of mind that I've sought out.
Right.
Need to impart that on other folks so they can do that, and especially the folks that are closest to me, most important to me.
Yeah.
So.
No.
Yeah, that's yeah. I know I kind of told a little story there, went back a little ways, but.
Well, I'll say this.
Came to that conclusion as I was typing up this question. Like since that fight, like we still talk, but not like brother and sister should, you know?
Well,
and I know different situation, but I know you're very close with your sisters. So.
Well, and here's the thing, you know, and we're similar in that because listen, there's a lot of, and I don't mean to minimize what you did, Trevor, but you know, my mouth, you know this.
Yeah, it's not an excuse.
I know, but I think if anybody takes anything from this episode, and I'm serious with this, and I don't want to be long-winded because I know it's at the end here, but I think this is a focal point that we need to touch on. So this happened here, and you're addressing it through how you're doing it, but I think that's more being a man than not addressing it. So, you know, to the people out there with the stigma, hey, I don't need help. If that even pops in your head that, hey, a thought of needing help, it's not a bad, you're not a you know, whatever the persona is or people want to put on people that look to seek help. It's not a bad thing. And I hope through this whole campaign here that I've seen a lot of organizations do for mental health, men's mental health, and women's too. I hope we get to that day that it's more socially accepted and it's okay to get help. So, I mean, myself, I probably need someday I'll get there and get.
I will advocate for it for anybody.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's for sure.
No.
But even if you don't want to do that,
right,
we should be at a place in society where we can talk openly about this stuff.
Correct.
If you'd have told me I'd be on the internet talking about this stuff a couple years ago with the mental state that I was in, or hell, even during COVID, I was even in a far worse mental state.
Mm-hmm.
I would have told you I'm good with being the strong silent type. And if I would have kept on that path, might have had an aneurysm and God knows what else.
Right.
This world, especially with social media and, you know, the obsession with instant gratification and the ability to hide behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
And honestly, like brain rot, you know, all the stuff that social media brings, it's a stressful world. It is. We're at a more stressful point, an anxious point than we've ever been.
Yeah.
Which, if anything, I think we need to take away the importance of mental health. And now, thankfully, we're as a sports podcast, we're, you know, cherishing those athletes that are coming out. You're Jaron Duran's, your Kevin Loves that come out and actually talk about this stuff. And it's, for the most part, welcoming that with open arms as sports fans. I think we need to do more of that, like we're doing right now with the people in our lives, and not just celebrating the athletes that do it, but celebrate yourself too. The fact that, you're willing to open up about this stuff.
Right. No. And I'll just take this down. I just want to say this too before we close out.
Sure.
Me and Trevor grew up in a time, and I know the old heads out there say, Jesus, you have no idea. We walked through 12 feet of snow. Okay, whatever.
Uphill 5 miles both ways.
We are in a weird, if you're around 30, you're in a weird time right now, because when we grew up, it was still on the outskirts of, hey, be home when the lights are on, go to the park, you're outside. Wasn't really cell phones, and then the cell phones came out and it was just more text and what have you. But then I think for even kids now growing up in it and us, that whole change of social media, it's not fucking good for our brains. It's really not.
No. I mean, in moderation, it's entertaining, but it's addicting, and it's addicting for a reason, because that's all these sites want. They want clicks. They want attention to their platform.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's how a lot of stars are made nowadays, is, attention to the platforms, channels, all that good stuff.
Right.
Social media can be a good thing if used in the proper ways.
Yes. Yeah.
You need to get to that point. Among a bevy of other issues we could go on for 3 hours about in regards to mental health.
Right.
But that's, that one's right up there. And that was one of the first things that I attacked in my, I shouldn't say attacked. One of the first things I remedied in my therapy journey was cutting down on the brain rot, cutting down on the social media use.
Yeah. No, and I'll say this too. Just a shout out to the people that do the 90s throwback. Thanks for fucking making me cry every time. I appreciate that. It's how simple. And to now, it's just, it makes me fucking get in my feels, but I appreciate whoever, all the people that do that throwback shit. But Trevor, anything else for the folks out there? Very good episode here. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, good flow between the two of us. We had a nice little conversation to wrap it up.
Yeah,
do want to wish everybody a happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We're coming up on the close of it here. Still got a few days left. Yeah. So yeah, if you need help, reach out. Reach out to someone there's someone out there that's going to be willing to listen, and sometimes that's all you need is a pair of listening ears.
Yes.
So
okay.
But yeah, other than that, stay inside, stay cool, and we'll catch you next week.
Yes, stay hydrated out there. If you're in the Northeast here, it's hot as hell. But have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe out there. God bless. This was another episode of Buckle Up with the Boys with your host here, DB, and host Trevor Dinsmore. We'll be back next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We'll get the episode up. Press the notify me button. Stay up to date with the boys. Subscribe, like, comment, and share if you'd like. That would be kind of cool. But let your grandma, weird neighbor, whoever the hell enjoys sports, send them our way. We'd love to talk with them in the comments. And also, if you pictured that, even though that one segment got a little fuzzy there, you get to get your name up here and get recognized. So don't be shy to comment. All right. All right. Everybody. Hell yeah. God bless.
Take care, everybody.